Welcome in, everybody, to the Fly for Fun show, Wednesday night, February the 12th, a couple days away from Valentine's Day, Ray. We are trekking on toward that South Florida drone meetup. We'll catch up with that in a second. I just want to welcome in everybody tonight. We got a special guest tonight. Of course, we're going to do some viral videos. That was the original plan, but Aaron Moore, who is from Michigan, had I don't know if you saw it, and he'll put the link in here probably. He'll put his channel. His drone got ran over by I guess a Karen, or whatever, a Ken. But anyway, he was flying, and this guy comes up and basically runs over his drone. So we'll let him tell that story. And if you got any questions, I'm sure Aaron answer. And he is from Michigan. So and I think John Flynn kind of knew of him. I think they have a Detroit or Michigan Flyers group or something. So anyway. Let's see, the Fly for Fun show, of course, we're every other Wednesday. And I do want to say, put your links to your channels in the chat there. You're welcome to. I know a lot of us subscribe to each other, but sometimes you get unsubscribed. So check that. We'll talk about the South Florida drone meetup in just a few minutes. Captain Murray, we'll get with him. 52 days away. Let's see. I do want to say the drone guide. I am working on it. Got a few tweaks, and if for people who have shows, if you got anything, or your co-host has changed, please hit me up because I think it's pretty close to being right, but I do want to get it as correct as I can, and I'll make those changes. The drone, let's see, I got some happy birthdays. Lee Beesing had a birthday on the 13th. Little Laura Lama, who says, "Shut up, Captain Joe," all the time, on the 17th. Brad Austin is on the 19th. Build a Drone with You had a anniversary, him and his wife Valerie. And Get Well, we got a couple Get Well. Bob Casey was under the weather. Rodney was under the weather. And Dennis Lovelady and Alan, Drone Views Media. Alan is doing better. He hadn't been flying a lot. Some prayers in to get well to Alan. So, Ray, we got a lot of people in. And what you got going on, Mr. Ray?
Yeah, no, I tell you, I'm back from California. I come back with a new pain, Johnny. I got a new pain. My left leg, my knee is shot, and I can hardly walk on it. But
I know, Ray. We Al called me one day and said, I know. Yeah, I talked to Al one day. He said, "Have you talked to Ray?" I said, "I did." And Ray, I said, "Ray's not feeling good, but I know you never stop, Ray. And maybe, hey, I don't know if it's." I say if you slow down, it could get worse because you're definitely on the go all the time. So
I know, but I had a good time out there in California. I ended up flying drones with my son at the Korean Friendship Bell in coastal San Pedro, and that's a great place to fly.
I think I got. Let me see. I think
right on the coast of the Pacific Ocean there, and it's you can see Catalina Island across the way, and the Korean Friendship Bell is really a great monument to fly drones at. But you can't actually fly at the park itself. You got to fly outside the park and fly into it, and that's exactly what we did. But anyway, I had a good time, and so did Chris. So,
but I
tell you,
get to do.
I'm flying with Al and company tomorrow morning. We got a meetup going on. It's sunrise, and we're going to be down in a new place. I've never been. Al's been there, and it's in Fort Lauderdale, and I'm looking forward to flying with Al.
Good deal,
guys down there.
Al's got a new drone coming any day.
Yeah, I know. He had to cancel it, and then
let's say hello to some people.
Well, we got a great crowd in the house. Yeah. Hey, Steve Janesse was number one today. How you doing, Steve? Up in Vermont, and Jody Drone Shots. How you doing? We got Al watching, South Florida Drone Flyers, and Angie Anderson. How you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah.
And Dusty, East Coast Thrills. Captain Joe is watching. He's right down in your neck of the woods, Johnny. You're going to fly with him, too.
He's shooting a basketball game tonight, I believe, but yeah.
Yeah, and then we get John Olson. He's watching up on Long Island. How you doing, John? And Brian, Waypoint, New England. Good to see you. And Scotty, Jackrabbit.
Scott.
Always good to see you. And if I go too fast, I'll miss some names. We've got John, Flying Flynn Media, watching in Michigan. How you doing, John? And I know I saw Brad Alston's in the house. How you doing? And, we'll be talking about Brad's ID lanyard very shortly. But anyway, I know I saw Jerry Bauer. He's watching. How you doing? I think he's in Florida now for the winter, like me.
Yeah.
And hey, Eddie, we got a drone celebrity watching. Eddie Nunez, how you
Eddie
doing?
Nunez.
Another celebrity, Marcus, Idaho quadcopter. How you
Marcus
doing,
is in the
Marcus?
house.
And while I'm speaking of Marcus, I received a package from Marcus when I returned from my trip. It was waiting right there at the door, and I did an unboxing. Marcus sent us two drones. Let me just show them, Johnny, real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, let's see him.
And I'll continue with the names. But Marcus sent this nice drone, and we got another one right here. Um, a TSRC, and people are two lucky giveaway prizes. When is it going to go home with them? So thank
Yeah,
you,
hey, little
Marcus.
starter
Really, we
type drones,
really
but that's what
appreciate it.
Marcus' niche is there. I mean, and Marcus loves to show those drones and give people new flyers a chance to fly there. Yep.
Yeah, we got Jack Lake Pilot watching. How you doing, Jack? Good to see you. And Alan's watching all the way in Ireland. Yeah, how you doing, Alan? Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, Alan, get well.
And Bob Casey. Bob Casey's watching. How you doing, Bob? And as we all know, Bob donates the beautiful custom-made wooden American flags. He's been doing that, and we really appreciate it, Bob. And people love winning it. So thank you so much.
John,
And
no,
Andrew,
John.
Hike and Fly. How you doing, Andrew? And Troy, Big Water. How you doing? Good to see you. And
Troy.
David, AZ Drone Dude, is in the house. How you doing? And we got Ken Huckbauer, place it here. How you doing, Ken? Good to see you. And I probably missed a couple of names, and I apologize. I don't do it
Yeah,
on
I see
purpose.
Ron. I see.
Lloyd, the Grumpy Vlogger,
Yeah, I see Lloyd. I see Ron Johnson. Ronnie. God bless
204
America.
WPG Drone Life. Good to have you here. Yeah.
Yep. Well, guys, we
All right.
appreciate
So
you
anyway,
tuning in.
Randy,
We
Mad
got an
Props. Did
interesting
you mention him?
guest
And
tonight.
Sergio's watching up there in Illinois. So, but anyway, we got a great show lined up. We got a great guest in the back room.
Yeah,
People
I
are
do
going to
want to
really
say
enjoy his
hash,
story.
hashtag Fly for Fun got a nice Start RC Capital giveaway and got a really nice sticker pack. USA shipping only, but hey, we'll get this right out to you. Got a nice cap here from Mr. Sky Lee, and got a nice sticker pack. Got some coasters. Got I don't know, all kind of stuff in here. So, all right, Ray, let's get Aaron in here.
Cool Cat's in the house. And Ronnie, God bless America. How you doing, Ronnie? Good to see you, and thank you for your donation of your custom-made wooden Betsy Ross American flag. So thank you.
Hot Rod, welcome in. All right, this gentleman was flying a drone the other day in Michigan, I think he was doing a Part 107 job, and well, I'm gonna let him. His name is Aaron Moore. He is from Michigan. Aaron, welcome in.
Hey guys, how you doing today?
Doing good. Welcome in, and thanks
How
for
you doing,
joining us,
Aaron?
Aaron.
Hey, thanks guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, Aaron, I reached out to you. Well, I actually saw your friend, I believe, and I reached out to him, and he said, "Hey, I don't want to be the guy in between here," but he reached out and got me in touch with you, and I thought your story was very interesting. I know, we all at some point you fly long enough, you're going to run across somebody that don't like drones. Most of the time,
Yep.
I think it attracts people, and then most of them have. To me, I personally never really had one myself, but if you do what you're supposed to and follow the rules, normally you won't have a problem. But so
Right.
tell us how did this happen, Aaron? If you got any questions for Aaron, you could ask him in the chat, guys.
Yeah, so basically I'm a 107 pilot. It's about 80% of my income is doing drone jobs and whatnot. And especially around this time of the year, so getting any work right now is like a blessing with the weather and everything. So I had a job that I was mapping out a parking lot. They're getting ready to put in some electric car chargers for Teslas and whatnot. So they had me out mapping the parking lot, and whenever I do these mapping jobs, I make sure I park far away from the building, off on the side where nobody's around. And so I'm out doing my job, and what I do is like when I have a job like this, I use a dry erase board. And I'll write on the dry erase board what shoot I'm on.
Right.
Like take a quick picture because when you come home, all the pictures kind of look the same because you're all everything's from up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So I I landed the drone, and the drone was about 4 feet away from me off to my side. I turned around to right of my dry erase board, and out of nowhere, I hear a car come up, and I hear a crunch. And it didn't dawn on me really what had happened at first, because there's snow and stuff like that, So I guess my first reaction was thinking maybe it was just, some ice or something, some snow. Well, I turned around, and lo and behold, this guy had ran over my drone. He rolls the window down and screams, a bunch of words at me. Like I said, a few of the words I caught was, spy, Chinese, I don't belong there, I'm a part of the problem. Bunch of other words mixed in there that I'll keep it family friendly on here. So this all happened, and at first I'm not really, comprehending what had happened. I'm kind of in a state of shock, because
sure,
who would expect something like this to happen, right? Well, as he's on top of the drone, then he backs up and goes over it again, and then takes off. Now, when he hit the drone, he was centered with his car, so he didn't hit it with his tire, thankfully. So with it being a Phantom 4, it took the legs and snapped them out, and then smashed it down, which smashed the gimbal up into the drone itself. Made a mess of it regardless. There was another gentleman who was a couple parking spots away that was watching, seen the whole thing. He did the best he could to try to, catch the guy's license plate. I looked right at the license plate, but I was just in a moment of shock and rage and fury. It's almost like a bad dream. It's like I can see it in my head right now, but I cannot tell you what those numbers and letters said. So he takes off. The gentleman that saw the whole thing, he kind of went looking for him. I made a police report. Police came out pretty quick. Took a statement from me, took a statement from the witness that's seen everything, took pictures of the drone, took all my information down. About a day went by or so, hadn't heard anything, so I contacted the police department to find out, hey, where do we stand with this? Unfortunately, according to the police report, they were not able to get enough clarity in the cameras to get a license plate or make a model of the car, so the case was just closed. That kind of ended it right there. Unfortunately, with my drone insurance that I had, it didn't cover the drone itself. It was just, the basic coverage, liability in case something happens or whatnot. Lesson learned there, guys. Trust me, lesson learned on that one. But not only did I lose, my main workhorse of a drone, but I also lost, the rest of that week's worth of work, and I had quite a few jobs lined up.
Wow.
And as soon as I called the client to tell them, hey, my drone is down, they have already been waiting, for a break in the weather, so they had to quickly find another pilot to do the job. So I completely lost those jobs altogether.
Aaron, I mean, I know a few people. So you're in a parking lot. I mean, was it drone? I know people say, was it on a sidewalk? Was it on the street? Was it, I mean, did he actually?
It was right next to me in the parking lot. So there was, if you had my car right here, it was right here. He was only inches away from actually hitting the car too, in order to hit the drone. Because I keep it nice and close to me. And plus, I'm a bigger guy. I wear, my bright green vest. It's very easy to see me and see what I'm doing. This was clearly a malicious intent. I mean, there was no doubt about it that he purposely came after the drone and came after me. How he went about finding me or whatnot, I'm not sure. I've questioned myself. I'm like, man, I wonder if that had anything to do with remote ID and everything that everybody's been worried about, So it kind of makes me wonder, or if he just happened to be in the parking lot, or if he was at a store, another store, just happened to see. I'm not sure. I know.
Aaron, you might could look back on some footage and maybe you could actually see him, if he was kind of hanging out,
The first thing I did when I came home is, I pulled the SD card out. Thankfully, it still had all the work on it that I had done that day.
Right.
And I had almost 1,000 pictures on there, and I went through every single one of those pictures trying to see if I could see him maybe in the parking lot, maybe see him driving around there, anything. And the
couldn't
way
spot him, huh? No.
And the way he came into the parking lot was from off of like the main street. So I don't think he was in the parking lot prior to it. And this is a big chain grocery store here in Michigan that I was doing these jobs for. So it wasn't just like a little, 50 car parking lot, So it was a pretty good sized store.
This is a wild story, Aaron, really. I can't imagine going through this if it was me. I'm trying to put myself in your shoes, and you'd be in shock, total shock, something like this happening.
Well, and I definitely was. And, my prior history, before getting into drones and doing this, I was a bouncer for 8 years. So I bounced in some of the meanest bars in Detroit, So I'm not used to something like this happening to me. I'm usually the guy protecting people from this type of stuff happening to them.
Aaron, you got a question there. Where and what part of Michigan?
I was in Woodhaven, Michigan, which is about a half hour outside of Detroit. Like if you're heading like towards Toledo, so lower.
Buckley's got a good comment there.
Yeah, it's easy to, well, I'm not saying, we talked a little bit before the show, Aaron, and like you were in shock. I mean, it's easy to, I know from your video, if people go back and watch it and you can put it in the chat there, Aaron, but it's easy. I know you got some great comments. You probably got some stupid comments, but, and people can be mean spirited. I don't mean it, as far as, but, it's easy to say, well, he was flying. Did he set it down in the street? Did he put it, and did you bother somebody and all of that kind of stuff,
Right.
But yeah, totally uncalled for. I mean, that don't even make sense. The guy that's definitely, he thought about doing that. You don't just spur the moment run over somebody's drone. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And this wasn't my first time doing, a mapping or surveying job like this. I've done probably a good 50 or 60 of them over the last couple of years.
Right.
But I tell you what I have done since then is I have bought a body cam. And I will be wearing a body cam that I do from here on out.
One of the fellas in the chat, Al Cercione, South Florida Drone Flyers, he wears a body cam a lot. Yep. He does. Yeah.
Right there. Bob Casey, yeah, he's guilty. I mean, look, and he can't just say he run over, by mistake. I mean, that's especially
right.
when he starts cursing or whatever he's yelling at you. You know what I mean?
Right. Plus, if it was an accident in any shape or form, he would have stayed and manned up to what he did. I would assume, But I seen somebody asking if I reported it through the FAA. I did not. And the reason being is because the drone was landed on the ground. And I have talked to a few people, a couple people saying I should report it, but I've had more people saying that it's probably, just going to be a waste of time reporting it.
You know what, though, Aaron? We know a guy named Vic Moss. I don't know if you're aware about Vic Moss. You know Vic?
Yeah.
We ought to reach out to Vic and just ask him. That is I mean, it is a good question, and I mean, I understand what you're saying about on the ground, but it's also an aircraft that's sitting on the ground. So
right.
Bob Casey has a question for you, Aaron, about the mapping. How long does it take?
So the particular job I was doing using a Phantom 4 Pro V2 would take me roughly about 45 minutes to get about 1,200 pictures. And then I send it over, it goes through a software, and then that could take, depending on your computer, 3, 4, 5 hours. They stitch it together into a map.
Right.
They can really zoom in and check details and stuff like that. I do know that with the Mavic 3 Enterprise, that time is pretty much cut in half. That drone is almost twice as fast and twice as capable of the Phantom 4s. But the Phantom 4 is a good old workhorse, man. She's been around for a while.
Now, Aaron, is that the only drone you have, or?
So that's the only drone that I have that does mapping and everything. I do have a Mavic 3 Pro that I use for real estate work and property and stuff like that. But that is on the lower end of what I do when it comes to drone work, the mapping work. and anything that takes a third-party app is what my base income comes from. I'm trying to build like the real estate side of things, but it's pretty tough trying to get the real estate side.
Lord, thank you so much for that super chat. We appreciate it. Yeah, guys, hashtag Fly for Fun got a nice cap, and we got a nice sticker pack. We'll get that out to you. We'll pull for that toward the end of the show. But yeah, Aaron, that was I'm sure you were in shock, and I know we talked before. It's just unbelievable. I mean, I know. Have you ever had anybody come up to you before? But I mean,
yeah, actually, I have. So I have a handful of experiences of that are good and bad. Most are good. Usually, a lot of times, people come up to me and they'll start asking questions, and usually I tell them like, hey, give me a second, let me get my drone back over here so I'm not distracted. I'll land the drone, and then I'll talk to them for a few minutes, and usually things are good. I've definitely had a few Karens. I've had police called on me a couple times. And usually, to me, it's kind of interesting because, like, anytime that like police will be called, they come out, they look at my paperwork, and they usually tell the person, "Hey, leave this guy alone. He's doing his job." And that makes them even like twice as bad. So, it's a little bittersweet, when that happens. But for the most part, I like to educate people. I used to work at a drone store and a hobby shop that did all drone stuff, and I really got to teach a lot of people how to get into the hobby, and especially the FPV side. That's where my roots are. That's where my background comes from.
Gotcha.
FPV pilot.
Well, Aaron, it's interesting you mentioned that some people get mad when they're found out that the pilot's right, because Captain Joe USA is in here, and Joe had an incident at the state park last Friday, and the lady said he was buzzing through the bathroom gazebo area. But anyway, make a long story short, the Rangers said he wasn't doing nothing wrong. So the lady, of course, gets mad and says, y'all all stick together, because, it was in Louisiana, and she was referencing, just like all the police stick together with the. But anyway, they ended up staying the park rangers and actually watched Joe fly, but he wasn't doing anything wrong. So he had everything in order. He had it. And so, there was nothing, for her to, I say, stand on. But, and it's kind of funny that when I think that is, hey, if you're doing something wrong, they'll tell you. That's for sure.
Yep.
Marcus, I'm gonna kill Marcus.
Wow, Marcus. Holy. Thank you so much, Marcus.
Marcus. Let's see. Warren is in the house. Who else is a Hike and Fly? Welcome in. But no, you know what? I really appreciate you telling the story. And man, so Aaron, how do you sit? I mean, I know your friends, I know you wasn't really happy about it. They started a GoFundMe page. So how do you stand with that right now?
So the GoFundMe is at about like 85% to the goal, which is amazing. There's been like 50 people that contributed, and I love every single one of them for doing so. It's definitely helped as far as, I'm a paycheck to paycheck kind of guy. So that definitely caught up my bills that I lost out on the work for. Now the next goal is to get me back into another drone that can do the mapping side of everything. And that's what I'm focused on right now.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what?
Exactly.
Somebody was asking about the software. I had it up there. I can't remember. I think it was Nick. Let's see. Let me go back if I can see it. Nick, if you want to type it again. Oh, right here. Process of the use.
Okay. So, usually for processing everything, like WebOMD is one of them that I'll use. For the most part, most of these jobs, I just deliver the pictures, and they use like Drone Deploy, and Drone Deploy will do the mapping and stitching them together. But if I'm doing it directly for a client, I use like WebOMD, only because Drone Deploy is like $400 or $500 a month for the subscription.
Right.
It's big time.
Expensive.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That guy, listen, he'll karma is, so he'll get something that's coming to him. It's a shame. All right, Barkley.
John Flynn. John Flynn wants to know what kind of drone you think you're going to replace it with.
To be honest with you, probably going to stick with the Phantom 4 for right now until I can afford a Mavic Pro Enterprise. Once I can get the Mavic 3E, then that's a game changer. But for right now, it's a lot easier to get my hands on a Phantom 4. I do know like the Air 2S and the Mavic 2, those can do those types of jobs as well, but they're going to be slower than the Phantom 4. So yeah, a Mavic 3 Pro Enterprise though is where I'd like to go, and then the Matrice 4, when they actually drop that, but then you're getting up to like $5, $6, $7 for a drone. So
thank you, Barkley. Thank you, Mr. Bob Casey.
Hey,
Danny, the View Chaser, welcome in. No, but Aaron, that guy, like I said, the guy I get what's coming to him eventually, and hey, listen, you seem like a nice young man, and hey, listen, let me tell you something. It's good always conquers, and you'll be fine, and hey, you'll move on, and hey, that's just mean spirited. Listen, even if the guy that just pulled up and hey, cuss you out or bitch at you and then drove off, that's a whole different story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got thick skin. I can handle that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you could have body slammed him in the car or something, but no, and hey, you put yourself in a situation that you might not want to be in for sure. You do something, kind of like you say, you could have yanked him out the car or something, but you don't ever know if a guy's carrying something or anything.
And that's another thing that crossed my mind. Like after all this happened, I was like, man, what if this guy didn't run over my drone and tried to hit me with the car?
Sure. Yeah.
Or just pulled up and had a weapon of some sort and just had full intentions of trying to take me out, all because of a drone. So my biggest thing is I'm trying to do I just want to get awareness out there that people can't just go out there and destroy somebody's stuff because they don't like it,
Right.
That's just not how the world
works.
Sure. It's not how we do things. People need to calm down and be a little more civil. Well, we got bigger fish to fry.
And I think a lot of that New Jersey mass hysteria on drones had a lot to do with it too. Maybe
definitely did.
People really was making a lot of comments when I was flying during that period of time. Most of the comments directed towards me were jokingly, but I could see where
I'm sure we've all had
a lot of concern.
Yeah, since the New Jersey drones, everybody, I'm sure Aaron, people say, hey, is that your drone flying? Ray's been told the same thing, what do you think it is? I mean, we all got our, whatever stories and thoughts about it, but it's just crazy, especially, man, that, I don't really know of any other instances like this as far as, I mean, like I know a lot of people have been confronted and it might, like I said, it might have been cussed out or bitched at, but man, to do something so mean spirited is just crazy,
Yeah, it definitely caught me off guard, that's for sure.
Let's say heavy DSP is going back surround sound. A new one is what's line? Yeah, you got to be. And John says, have your head on a swivel, and I guess I guess it would be good to if you had somebody with you at all times. I mean, but. That wouldn't have stopped that probably for sure.
Right. Like I said, I got the body cam now. I'll definitely be keeping that running full time when I'm doing these jobs. Aside from that, I just friends and family know where I'm at.
Another friend of mine from New York. I'm from New York, and he flies. And every time he flies, he puts cones out. He's a Part 107 pilot, and he takes the time to put his cones out. And I thought it was a little too much, sometimes, but he does it faithfully, and I give him a lot of credit. Rob Kamada. So, yeah.
Well, I kind of, Ray, I know, you always told me that, and I know when you went flying, and I know that could draw attention, but it also, sets up the scenario, what you're doing. So, I mean, if they do make an effort to come over there, then hey, they almost know what you're doing before. But what this guy did is totally, it's
totally wrong. And I hope they catch him. Really, I hope the police. The case isn't closed because if somebody turns him in, he'll end up getting arrested. He will.
Well,
that's somebody's got to step up.
Something will come around to that guy. Maybe he got a flat tire on his way home. Who knows? But it's funny that you mentioned the cone thing because like I actually do have like these little cones that I normally set up, but it was kind of breezy that day and they blow away. so I didn't set them up that day. But
Oh,
oddly
okay.
enough, yeah, I do. I got little cones. They're little 1 foot tall papers. They're so light. They're so light they blow away easily. I take off and they blow away. But yeah, it's unfortunate that it happened, and I'll bounce back. I always do. It's not the first time I got kicked off the top of the hill. So as long as I can just make.
I predict you're going to bounce back with you'll be better off than you were. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, the drone community, Aaron, I know, and your friends stepped up, your family stepped up, and listen, that's what it's all about. There's a pretty, it's a pretty big community, and of course we welcome you in, and then there's a lot. We have a big South Florida drone meetup that we have, and we probably got 150 pilots coming. This will be the 5th year.
Oh, nice.
So it's the community. There's numerous shows, and I know you said you did a live stream actually, right, a year or so ago.
Yep. So, like I said, my background comes from like the FPV. So, being out here in Detroit, we have a lot of abandoned buildings. So that's mostly where we would fly.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Go down through the abandoned buildings. We used to have big meetups. 15, 20 people would meet up at these abandoned buildings. We bring out barbecue grills and tables, and anytime like police would come out, they'd actually appreciate us being there. The only thing they always tell us is just be careful in there. They don't want it to come back pulling us out.
Yeah.
So we always had a good time doing that kind of stuff, and the community was really strong on the FPV side here in Detroit as well. So outside of my 107 work and that type of flying, I do a lot of like tiny whoop racing. I fly the little tiny whoops. I host the races here in Detroit.
How did the police officers that responded, Aaron? What was their mood? I mean, what did they?
The officer that came out, she was really nice. She was really friendly. She was very detailed. She, like I said, she took pictures of multiple pictures of the drone, the serial number.
Welcome in.
She took a picture of my ID, my FAA license.
Right.
Like she was very thorough about everything. I was really hopeful that we were going to, catch something on the video cameras. I was kind of sad when that came about and they said they couldn't find anything, especially like only one day. And I was like, oh.
I'm glad she handled it professionally.
Yeah, she was very friendly. Even the dispatcher, when I called and I told the dispatcher what had happened, I really expected to be sitting there for like 45 minutes to an hour before somebody showed up, and she was there within like 15 minutes.
Yeah, you're thinking like that's a low thing on a
exactly.
Yeah, in reality,
here, I'm just picturing them, saying to themselves, "Well, we got this drone pilot."
But it's also something that could go south really quick. Had he stopped and you've been able to confront him and all of that. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I think I would have kept my professional boots on, all the way through it. I hope.
Yeah. Well, one good thing. I mean, you know the rules. You didn't do anything wrong. So when you got that on your side, it's a big difference. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Had you been flying where you wasn't supposed to, and you were flying in an area that didn't, wasn't great to fly in or whatever, then you kind of like, I might have to let this guy go, or you know what I mean?
Right.
So now, Aaron, do you make your own FPV drone? Do you build them yourself too, or?
Yep. So I'm more focused on like the tiny whoop side of things now. I've kind of steered away from like the larger ones, especially once I got my 107 and started going professional with things, and then like with the remote ID and like the new rules and stuff like that started coming down. I was like, I was riding the line a little bit, flying the FPV at the abandoned buildings, even though the local authorities and stuff were okay with it. I didn't want to jeopardize my Part 107. So now it's all about flying these little guys right here, these little.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's a little bitty old thing.
But yeah, I build them little tiny solder pads with these big old meat hands to get in there.
Oh man.
When Jumbo FPV, welcome in. If you're new, we appreciate you joining us. All right, Aaron, we're gonna let you stick. I mean, if anybody got any questions for Aaron, I got some videos I'm gonna play. We like to support our subscribers here, so we're gonna just run. I gotta show this one.
You got one of his, right? Ready to go? You got a video.
I gotta show this for our local guy here. Devontae is from here, so I had to get that in. Let's see here.
How you doing, Chris?
Chris, welcome in. This is Randy, Mad Props Media. Randy just sent me this. Matter of fact, I think it's a premiere.
Looks cold. That looks cold.
I know.
Very cool, Randy.
I don't know, Aaron, if you typed something, that stupid drone bot might have kicked it. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I see it. I was putting the link to that video, but it says no links.
Hey, Wild Bill, how you doing? Good to see you.
I'll pull up your channel. Let me see here. This is Randy. Get your. Thought I had it pulled up. I thought I did. Oh, got it here.
Yeah, Randy, he likes his FPV flying. He does both, actually.
I like the cinematic of this video.
Nice.
Randy getting fancy. Art, welcome in.
How you doing, Art? Oh man, that bird was close.
Take the seagull out. Whatever that is.
Oh, look at this.
Wow.
There's a lot of birds, a lot of seagulls.
You ain't lying. Make Aaron a moderator there. Nice video, Randy.
That's so many birds.
Very nice.
All right, all right. Let's see, Aaron, let me just get yours up here. Right here. This first one right here. Can we show that one?
Oh, well, no, that's gonna have a lot of swearing. I think maybe that second one would be all right. Those are from like the whoop races that we do.
These right here.
Yeah.
All right. Where's this at, Randy? Aaron, where are you shooting this at?
So this is at the Michigan Karate Academy. That is not too far from here. They let us come in every other Sunday and do our whoop racing.
Oh wow.
And we set up all these LED gates and fly these little crazy drones. And
oh, that's fun. That looks like a lot of fun.
Very, very much so. Especially when you got the goggles on and you're inside of it. It makes you, feel like you're driving that thing.
Man, look at that. You got to get Joe Photo Leo over here, Ray.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Holy crap.
So this particular racing right here is a spec racing. So all the drones are built the same way, tuned the same way. They all weigh the same weight, use the same batteries.
Okay, yeah.
All of those are home built, Aaron?
Yes. Yep. We all build our own drones.
Wow. How fast do those go, Aaron?
So these little ones, you could probably get them up to about like maybe 30, 35.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
They won't go that fast for very long. They only got a little 300 milliamp 1S battery in them.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty neat,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, that's where my roots are. That's where I started before I got into the 107 work. I love doing drone stuff so much that that's all I want to do, whether it's flying for fun or flying for work. Either way, it's fun to me.
Yeah.
We
This is
might have to have some drone races down at the South Florida Drone Meetup.
Yeah.
I'll be drone. Really nice. Yeah, I saw this a little earlier. Land in the snow.
Snow makes it look so good, though.
Yeah. Aaron, do you do any Avada, anything, DJI or no?
Yeah, I do. So whenever I do like real estate, like fly-throughs and stuff, I use the DJI Avata for that.
Gotcha.
And then when I do like the outside pictures, that's when I use the Mavic 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I do a lot of like big property real estate that I'll use the Mavic 3 for as well.
Yep.
Guys, hashtag fly for fun. If you put that in, we've got the 23 entries. Got almost 60 people in. So hey, we'll get it out to you. Make that a little bigger there. Yeah, that was pretty. I know we had a little snow here, and I enjoyed flying through the snow. I kind of got brave as the day went along. I was kind of worried at first, but hey, it was fun.
Sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah. Well, I started out with something, and then went to another drone, and ended up with the Air 3S up. But
Okay.
It was fun. It was fun.
Cool flying.
Ripping a blizzard. There we go. All right.
We put a little. I wouldn't do it on like my DJI drones, but our FPV drones, we'll put Rain-X on the lens of the camera. So
thinking about
water off of it.
Exactly.
Pretty neat. Cool. Ray, I don't know if you saw this. This is Backpack Jack.
Yeah.
Did you see this video?
No, I didn't see this one.
This is pretty neat. Look.
Oh yeah. Okay, she got the streamers on from the drone.
Yeah, they call it the jellyfish.
Okay.
Of course, what everybody's thinking, well, I'll just watch to the end, is all I can say.
We used to do 5-inch racing. We used to play this game called Capt. And one guy would send a wing up with a bunch of paper streamers hanging off the back.
Yeah.
And the goal is with your drone, you pick one of the colors, and whoever chops theirs off the shortest wins.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we had a big, huge open field, like out in the middle of nowhere. And it get pretty fun because you got everybody's in FPV trying to pick their streamer, and you got this poor guy in the wing trying to get away from everybody.
Aaron, did you start out with like 5-inch and then 4-inch and 3.5, or how do you, I mean?
The very first drone I built was a 2.5-inch drone.
Okay, gotcha.
The guys who ran the races around here kind of took me under their wing, and I started out getting into racing, and then I built a couple 5-inch drones, and then I learned about like the freestyle, and I really was attracted to the flying in the bandos and stuff, kind of like what you're seeing here. I always liked urban exploring, so it just kind of made sense because I'm a big guy. I'm not meant to go inside these abandoned buildings. It's not safe for me in there. So being able to fly a drone through it was an amazing thing for me. And then I've kind of gone back and forth from racing to flying freestyle, and then obviously doing my 107 work as well.
This is Jackie is in Spain, actually. They're in Spain. Beautiful country there. Wow.
Nice.
It's nice and warm.
Yeah, you've been in some rough weather, I'm sure.
How you doing, Gary?
Then it pulled it down because of the streamer. So, which everybody thought that might happen. So yeah. All right, Mr. John Flynn right here in Michigan himself. John's getting fancy on these intros. You know what that's at, Aaron?
It's not showing, Johnny.
Oh, it's not showing?
No.
Look, well, I'm sorry. Let me see. Let me redo it then. Let me see what's happening here. Oop. Got too many windows open here, I guess. Present. Right here. Here we go.
This was a great video. Yeah. St. Michael's Lighthouse, if I remember right.
Bob, yeah, I don't know about that, Bob.
We have so many cool lighthouses out off of the
Very
lake.
nice, John.
Yeah, the lighthouse is great videos.
Look at that ice.
They're all different and all great locations. I mean, it's Andy says we're making a break out the blanket.
Yeah, it looks cold. Too cold for me.
Ooh, shot there straight down. Wow.
Hey, Tom. How you doing, Tom?
What a cool shot. Wow.
Nice video, John.
That was very cool.
Flynn Media, if you're not.
Great video, John.
Get John up. Awesome. Welcome in. Brett. How you doing,
Brett?
Warren. Mr. Akaracho. He's been in here, though. Ray, is Akaracho coming to the event?
Yeah, he's on the list, yeah.
He's on the list?
He better show up this year.
Better, yeah. All right, Mr. Flynn, thank you for that there.
Very nice, Sean.
All right, let's see what else we got here. This was somebody put this on a Fly for Fun page. This was a really pretty video. In Greece.
Greece, okay.
I played a few minutes of it, man. It's incredible. Look at that shot.
I like seeing the videos from different parts of the world. I really do.
Look at that. You can post your videos and all your drone related content there on the Fly for Fun page. We love to have it. Randy said his daughter told him he was on Santa's naughty list. Well, don't let Bob Dempsey know that, Randy. What a shot. Ray, is that Peanut Island?
Yeah, that looks like Peanut Island.
That's Peanut Island, a few miles from Peanut Island, huh?
There's so many great places to fly in the world, really.
Wow. Guys, hashtag Fly for Fun.
Flying in Greece is on my list. I got that on my drone flying list.
That's that's what's great about this community. It's a global love for flying drones and getting to see parts of the world. Absolutely, Bob, you're right. Michael, Aaron, Michael Fly Zone is in here. He has a hook up. They do a lot of FPV flying. Fly Zone.
How you doing, Michael?
Right on. Awesome. I love FPV.
Yeah.
I want FPV everything.
They have a great time. They have a meetup in near Chicago or so. Elgin. He lives in Elgin, Illinois, actually. But
okay.
So they. Ray, I'm gonna play a little bit of this. Is you at the? Y'all went to the Korean friendship.
Oh yeah, the Korean Friendship Bell. Yeah. There it is. It's up on that hill.
Christopher?
It's a great spot to fly. Chris is up already.
I got my son hooked on drones, not drugs. Yeah, he loves his Air 2S. He really does.
And right towards the bluff and the bell.
2S. But what happened is he flew down towards the rocks down at the bottom because he was looking for sea lions. I didn't know it at the time.
Oh, really?
Sea lions hang out on the rocks down there.
Sea level.
But yeah,
pretty. Ray, and he lives really close to the ocean, right?
Yeah, he's like 3 blocks away from that location. Yeah.
Wow.
But we didn't see any today.
And it's my favorite place to fly, right there when I'm out in California. Yeah. But you can't fly, like I said, you can't fly from that park right at the bell. You have to fly outside and fly over it, into it.
Yeah.
However you want to word it. And we've never run into any Karens there, by the way.
No Karen.
You know, you fly there right on the public sidewalk, and nobody's ever hassled us at all, which is nice.
Korean Friendship Bell was
That's really cool.
1976. Okay, it was gifted. Wow.
1976.
That's
Really
the
nice.
Port of Los Angeles in the background.
Y'all had a good time flying together.
Oh, it was great. I love flying with Chris. You know that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, let's see who else we got here. Who is this?
Thank you, Steve.
This is Flying High with Uncle Bob.
Did you realize he lost his Mavic 3 for like a month in the mountains there?
Uncle Bob tip. If you're going to fly in the mountains and you want to get some altitude,
Ray, Bob lost his
stay
drone.
within
Yeah.
400 feet of
It ended up not crashing, but hard landing or landing, and he lost control of it, had no idea where it was, and it sat up in those hills. I don't know exactly which hill for a month. And he went and recruited some younger people to go search for it, and they found it a month later.
Oh wow. Yeah. Paul Murray lost his Air 2S, I think, and the police found it and called him, and they tracked him down, and he got it back.
Oh, that's good. Really?
Yeah.
While he was flying by the ships there, or where?
Yeah, he was on a Canadian side, and something happened.
Oh, wow. Okay. Glad he got it back.
Yep.
That's a good story that he got it back.
He did. He got it back. I think today, maybe, or this morning.
And
this
it was so sad when Bob lost his drone. You know, I said, "Oh my God, oh my Lord, oh what would I do if I ever lost my Mavic 3?"
Yeah, Bob loves to fly, that's for sure.
And he went and searched for it like the next day, and he couldn't find it. And you know, they searched quite a few times, but then they finally found it.
Good deal, yeah. Let's see. That was all right. If anybody else got any videos real quick, if you send them to me on Messenger, I'll try to get them up. But let's see what's happening at the Fly for Fun page here. We love to show the videos. It's always fun. Bill Thomas promoting his show after we go. About 30 minutes
He'll
after.
be on at 8:30 tonight, guys.
I saw this video. This was pretty neat. If you get a chance to watch this guy ran a little gauntlet with the flip, and it followed him pretty good. So you can check that out. That was Randy's there. Mr. Jeff Norman. Got a nice
Yeah.
picture there.
Very nice, Jeff.
Jeff loves the fly, of course. Captain Joe put up a little video with the Neo. He back-to-back flights. He had a little trouble with his Neo there. So
Don't worry, Barkley. I'm not going to lose Precious ever. Never. I say that now, and watch what happens.
but Barkley never lose pressure. Oh yeah. All right, let's get this StreamYard giveaway tool up here, and we'll pull for these prizes. Got 2 prizes. Let's see. Aaron, you definitely can enter yourself. Hashtag fly for fun. You're welcome to. We'll give a few minutes. We got a nice Start RC cap and got a really nice sticker pack. And if you won recently and you want to donate it to somebody, you can. I will get it to them. Or if you're going to the South Florida drone meetup, which is not far away, I will bring it to you and hand deliver it to you. So, okay, let's see what we got. All right, here we go. This will be for the. Let's make this for the sticker pack. Captain Joe's got something special in here. He's got baseball card type thing in here, so he made a new one. This is for the sticker pack. Let's see who. Jody.
Hey, congratulations, Jody.
All right, and let's draw for the Start RC baseball cap. Here we go.
Good luck. Good luck, everybody. How many people are going to say it's rigged? Hey, SK Lifty, congrats.
All right, hit me up there, SK Lifty on Messenger, and I will get your address, and we'll get that out to you.
Very cool.
And yeah, it's a fun thing to do. We love doing it, and yeah.
Look at all these guys saying these contests are rigged.
It's rigged, you know. Bob, but hey, Ray, let's talk a little bit about the South Florida Drone Meetup, where we stand, and
yeah, I'll tell you. You know, we're up to 133 names on the list right now.
Wow.
Alexa said she's coming.
I saw
from
that.
Texas. Yeah, she's number 133, and she's going to fly.
She's going to fly her plane. Her bonanza,
actually, she's 134. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. She's 134. She's going to fly her own plane to come to the meetup. And she's going to bring some giveaways also. So we got to say thank you to Alexis. So glad she's coming back. You know, she was there 2 years ago.
Yep.
When we all got to meet her, you know. But that's what's great about the South Florida Drone Meetup. You know, you see some of the old timers, then you meet some new drone pilots, and it's all about having a good time. And we got FPV pilots and camera drone pilots. And loads of giveaways thanks to our sponsors, really. We have a zero budget for this, and we don't charge.
We got some great prizes. We got some great prizes so far, and I know we got the 2 flags. Bob Casey donates a flag. Ronnie donates a flag. I got an FPV, a 5-inch Mario 5.
You got it handy to show?
We got 3 Neos. We got an Air 3S, right?
Yeah, we got an Air 3S. Yeah.
We got the 2 drones Marcus donated. We got some SD cards. I mean, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, guys, if I leave somebody
Tom Dowling, he donated the Neo for us to give away. Thank you, Tom.
Yep.
Those things are awesome.
Yeah.
The Neo is fun. The Neo is, I will admit, you know, but yeah, it's going to be fun. I guess the hotel, Ray, you haven't talked to Christine. I know I talked to her a couple weeks ago.
But Paul Brown, he made a reservation. Yesterday, day before yesterday, he got the rate, so that was good.
No, Dusty, this is a real drone, DJI, not analog.
Mario 5.
Mario 5. No, you know, guys, we appreciate you tuning in tonight, and you know, we love doing the show. Captain Ray and I have been doing this now for 5 years, and Ray, who you got tomorrow night?
I got the Paul Brown family. They're going to be on. Paul. He's going to have his wife Ashley on. She flies drones too, and his 2 sons, Paul Jr. and Benjamin. They're going to all be on, and you know, I love to see that, the whole family flying drones. You know, really, I give Paul a lot of credit for getting them all involved.
Brad says he's going to see a flip tomorrow at Gary's I Fly Drones here in Richmond. Okay, that's cool.
Paul also ordered his pens that he's going to donate to us, but they're a different color this year, guys. They're a different color. You know, United States Drone Society pens, and he says he's bringing some mugs too to give away. So
good deal, yeah. Well, hey, we got a lot of
thank you to
prizes. Aaron, listen, we appreciate you, man, tonight being on and telling that story. It was incredible, and I hope everything works out. I know it will, and the community is behind you. You know, if you ever, I mean, hey, it's glad that, hey, we got another FPV guy in here. I know that, and man, I know that's pretty fun watching those. I definitely gonna we'll get you some subs there and some new people to watch that. I like the little drone racing stuff. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's a blast, man.
That looked like it was a lot of fun. It really did.
Yeah. Well, Aaron, we'll give you a chance to say your goodbyes, and thank you so much.
Right on. Well, thank you guys for having me on, and everybody listening to my story, and anybody who's helped out on the GoFundMe. I really do appreciate you guys, and yeah, it's really awesome. I love this community. I love drones, and I'm going to keep flying until they pry it out of my hands.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure to have you. You know, really, you know. Welcome to our little drone community here. And I got to say thank you to everybody, all the viewers in the chat. Really.
Absolutely. Yeah, guys.
The show would not be a success without you guys.
Valentine's Day, and make sure you get your sweethearts, you know, some chocolate or some roses or whatever. Buy them a new drone. You know, buy them a new drone for Valentine's Day. They'll love that, you know. But no, hey, we appreciate it so much, and thank everybody for the super chats. A great show, and Bill Thomas about 30 minutes after we end, and Captain Ray tomorrow night, and of course Drone Seekers on Sunday, the Drone Nation on Monday nights. There, we got a big community, and like I said, anybody who does a show, if you got any changes or you got anything, look over the guide, and because I definitely want to print some up, and I'll have some laminated like I always do, and. Aaron, I think that we believe it or not, we got a drone show guide. It's got 50 shows on there about. So that's how many drone shows out there. So,
very cool. Very cool.
You know, you could ditch cable TV and just watch YouTube, but no, it's
that's what I do. I don't have cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much, and everybody have a great Wednesday night, and we appreciate everything. And thanks again, Aaron.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good night, everybody. Get out there, fly for fun.